Hi there folks, today I'm going to do a tabletop review of the Victorninox Camper. So first of all, this is how it'll come. I bought this from Amazon for around £20, which is about $23. So here's what it comes like. Obviously it'll come in an Amazon box, but sure you guys don't care about that. So first of all, let's get into it. If I ever can. Get in there, hold on guys. Hallelujah, we're in. Right. So for me, this was another option that I'd personally want for an EDC. Now, along with my main blade, in this case today a Manly Wasp, I always tend to pick a main blade because I think the Victorinox penknives are just a little bit small for those harder tasks for EDC. So I tend to opt for a main blade. So obviously, they're all legal with UK law, section 139, but please always read up on your local knife laws because I'm not responsible for what you do. So let's have a look at what we've got, and then I shall raise some opinions about it all. You'll have to bear with me. Right, just on the back tools now. So here's the front tools, or the main tools, one might say. Nearly there. Gosh, bit of a mission. I struggle getting some of the back tools because I've got stubby fingers, so I'm going to leave them. I'll explain what's on there in a second. So here's roughly what it looks like. Now for me, this and the Farmer are my sort of favourites. Now also this bad boy is as well. This is the Ranger. Now, as you can see, I'll just show you the thickness of them all. I'm going to put these tools away first so I don't chop myself up. So first we'll start with the Ranger. Here's how thick this is compared to my new Camper. And then also, I'm going to get the Pioneer. So as you can see, the Pioneer's the thinnest. You hardly notice that in your pocket at all. Then the Camper. Now let's bring in the Farmer. The Farmer is another one of my serious favourites. So as you can see from here, the Farmer and the Camper are virtually identical. Now, positives and negatives. The Farmer has a bigger, tubbier blade with a better belly. So let's take a look at them both. So as you can see, it's very hard to demonstrate here. As you can see, the Farmer has more belly on the blade. Now, that'll be good for a certain reason. I like to use the Lansky sharpening system because I don't profess to be a good sharpener of knives, and the Lansky is the best option for me. Now this Camper trumps this Farmer in essence because you can get customizable scales, so 3D printed scales. From AliExpress you can get titanium scales. They're about £20 for these titanium ones, but that's going to seriously make this a bling bling looking tool. Now, bearing in mind the blade, as I've criticised it being less bellied than the Farmer, doesn't matter to me because I carry a primary anyway. So this also is the Manly Wasp, UK legal, non-locking, under 3 inches. So I'd be more than happy to carry that as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in front of us a good selection of what I think are the best options for the UK for multi-tools and such. So we've got the Boker, the Farmer, and I'm going to leave a gap here, and I'll just tell you why in a second. It's going to be quite hard to get these all on camera. My least favourite here, I'll kind of pop that there. I'm not a big fan of the Evo. It commands a higher price, and I don't really think you get anything extra out of it. Ganzos, the SOG, and as you can see, I've cut myself. Lovely. The joys of non-locking knives. So, here's your more hardcore sort of tool. This is the Ganzo, as I've previously reviewed. So size-wise, this is quite a bit bigger. Now, I am going to say this 201B, if you put this in your pocket with the tools, it isn't actually that bad. It is heavy, but unless you're particularly fussy about that, that's not really a problem. So that's your more hardcore tool out of all of them. And obviously we've got our Leatherman kick here. I've done a video on this. These are now unfortunately obsolete. So they're more dedicated multi-tools in my eyes. The SOG Power Tool, I've done a review on this. Not the biggest of fans, as you can imagine. I don't like it because I think it's inferior to the Ganzo and it costs about £70–80, so that's quite a big price difference. So here's why I've got my gap. These all have saws, these do not. For me, I have to have a saw because I like camping, I like bushcraft, and I think if you're in more of a, I don't know how to put it, a countryside environment, it'd be more beneficial to have a saw. Now, I don't know why, but I'm not the biggest fan of the Boker. It's perfectly nice, there's nothing wrong with it. And I will say it's more heavy duty than the Victorinox. It is a lot more. I think these are about 50–60 quid if I remember rightly. Although I can have a look and pop in the description. Your Farmer is about £25. I mean, these are bomb proof. I dare say you could drive your car over this. So basically this goes in my EDC pouch and it stays there. Or I'll rotate it. Now in the past few days, I've been carrying this Ranger. Now, although yes it is chunky, I'd say from here, 3/4 of an inch. In fact, I've just forgotten, but now I've remembered, the kick has an inch ruler on it. So let's not guess. Sure enough, what a good eye of judgment, 3/4 of an inch. So this is 3/4 of an inch thick. Now, if you wear it with a pocket clip, like one of these are £1 off eBay, doesn't bother you whatsoever. Doesn't bother me anyway. Now, I will say in summer, when you've got shorts on and maybe lighter attire, this may be a bit much. So, if it's going to the summer months, I wouldn't use that. Now, I think it's a nice tool. I just personally don't like it. I don't know why. Got its own pocket clip on it. So that leaves me to these two. Now for all year round, for a multi-tool, unthreatening knife, I mean these are so unthreatening, it's as unthreatening as a knife can ever be. Here's the Farmer, here's the Camper. Farmer's about £25. I have literally just bought this Camper for £20. Just a little over 20, nearly 21. Now, the only extra benefit from this is obviously you can open a bottle of wine. It's got an awl. And then other than that, it's virtually got the same tools I mean, the tweezers I have actually used. They're always handy if you're getting ingrowing hair. I mean, so's the toothpick. But the Farmer, for me, is very heavy duty. You can even get it engraved if you want. It's got a nice little engraving patch here. So, for me, my most favourite EDC multi-tools all year round. So, in the colder months, I'll have the Ranger because it's got a bit extra. It's got it's got metal file. It can also be used to cut metal, apparently. One of my commenters commented that. So you get the hook on there. I mean, if you watch Felix Imler's videos, he shall show you some uses for that, and he's awesome with Swiss Army knives. So I'd really recommend watching that, just to teach you some tricks and stuff, really. So this in the colder months I'd carry, and for all year round, the Farmer and the Camper. I don't think you can get a better multi-tool for UK EDC than Main Blade. Also, if you can still get hold of one of these kicks, these are pretty darn good too. Now, you don't have a saw. I like to have a saw, so it's a deal breaker for me. But you get some pliers. But there's nothing wrong with you carrying both of these, really. I mean, yesterday, I hardwired a light with the Ranger and the kick. So it stands. Here's what I'd choose. All year round, Camper or Farmer, Main Blade, whatever takes your fancy. I've also got the TBS bore micar to come in. I love the TBS bore. The one I had, the handle's high maintenance, so it's now just for collection only. So I've ordered my Carter for day-to-day use. So if you like these videos, please like and subscribe, and thanks for your time.